on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the KH Review, and this is going to be a review for WWE Raw for 9/9/19. So the big story here is that, like, apparently Vince McMahon was really getting on the writing team. They wanted them to be, I guess, a lot more creative with what they were doing, and he wanted it to be a really big show before the pay-per-view at Clash of Champions, since this is the go-home show. And I think they failed miserably. I'll be honest, like, there was so much I just tuned out, and so much stuff that I didn't like seeing, and I was just like, I don't give a shit at this point. So you open up with Stone Cold Steve Austin. He shows up, music hits, glass shatters, crowd pops, of course. And it's always cool to see Stone Cold. This is the originator, dude. This is like the architect of the Attitude Era. So no matter what you say, it's always awesome to see Stone Cold in a WWE ring. And he's doing the contract signing with Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins. They both come out. Braun Strowman goes to shake his hand. He just calls out Seth Rollins, and then he shakes both their hands. The big story here is the OC interfere. And they start, mouthing off to Stone Cold in particular. All three of the OC hop in the ring. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman start taking him out. And then AJ Styles kind of tosses Seth Rollins over the ropes. He's the last one in the ring with Stone Cold. Turns around, gets a stunner. Stone Cold does the Stone Cold thing when we got AJ laying on the ground. It was cool, man. It was a decent opening. You had to mark out a little bit for it. That transitions right into AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander, which was a pretty decent match. Kind of predictable in a way. The OC get involved. It's a DQ. Cedric gets a DQ win. But then, it was actually interesting to see the Viking Raiders come down, and they just annihilated the OC. Like, there was no bones about it. They were just throwing them around and just kicking ass. But the Viking Raiders have kind of been built heel, and now all of a sudden they're babyface. So they're not following any kind of anything with these guys, because predominantly they've been taking on the faces and, being portrayed as heel. So it just goes to show that they're not following their own bits, their own storylines. It just, same shit, different day. Then you get Roman Reigns with a pretty extended Connor's Cure bit, which was cute, man. I mean, what can you say about, helping kids with cancer? I mean, come on now. So it was kind of cool, man. Roman, he's talking about these kids that, overcome their battle with cancer, are still fighting, and then he brings a bunch of them out on stage. So it was cool, man. Then you get Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, which is a pretty, what do you expect? It's the Four Horsewomen, literally the pioneers of the women's division. So it was a damn good match. And, people talk about, who's really the pioneers of the women division. These are the women who got out there and really took it to another level. And they wanted to make their matches as good as they could possibly do it. And they fought to get good and to stay good and to be entertaining in that ring. And they're not afraid to take chances, to get hurt. So yeah, I really do feel like these four women are pioneers in the women's division, in the women's revolution. So it was really good. At the end of the day, Charlotte Flair pins Bayley, which is heading into their match at Clash of Champions. So, they always build Charlotte Flair strong as hell. What can you do? From there, you get an OC backstage bit where Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode say, looks like you guys could use some help. They were kind of together last week. Now they're together again this week. Like I said, I think it would be really cool if they actually added Ziggler and Roode into the OC, kind of expanded a little bit like they have in other promotions. I think that would be pretty damn cool. I mean, you've done stuff with like DX before where you've had many people, why not do it again? So then you get Rey Mysterio versus Grand Metalik. Exactly what you would expect. Two luchadors that are very, very good at what they do. making some crazy ass moves. Um, Highly entertaining to watch. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect from a match of these guys. Rey Mysterio has proven time and again, especially with Andrade, he's not slowed down at all. The guy is still innovative, not just entertaining. And that's what's cool. And at the end, Rey Mysterio 619 drops a dime, gets the win. So Rey Mysterio not being completely buried anymore. So that's cool. Then you get a Street Profits promo, which is always the same thing. It is basically explaining what's happening on Raw with some humor. And like I said, they're good, they're entertaining, they are funny. But at this point, you got to do something new with them. You can't just have them pop up and recite everything that's already happened or going to happen on Raw. That just gets old. Then you get Samoa Joe, Ricochet, and Baron Corbin. This is the King of the Ring semifinal. And exactly what I feared, man. Baron Corbin goes over Samoa Joe and Ricochet. And there were some good points to this match. And most of them coming from Samoa Joe and Ricochet. Let's be honest. I'm sorry, dude. I'm never going to be Baron Corbin. Unless he drastically changes not only his personality, but his in-ring style. But it seems that ship has already sailed. And he's just such a bland character, man. And he's not that damn good a wrestler. He's just not. And so, I don't understand this shit, dude. I don't like it. It's garbage. I fucking hate it. WWE is not learning a damn thing. When it comes to their fans very publicly saying that this is not a guy we want to see, that's the guy they fucking push for some reason. So, I fucking hated it. I truly hated it. I was so disappointed in the ending of this match because you have two fucking amazing world-class athletes and that fucking goofball goes over both of them. I fucking couldn't stand it. And I don't care what they do at the end at this point. I really don't. Like, I really don't give a fuck about this King of the Ring anymore. There's only so many times you could say fuck you to the fans before we just say fuck you back. And then, speaking of worthless entertainers, Lacey Evans is coming to the ring after that match. Cut to commercial, come back, and she is facing Natalya. This is where I went to the bathroom because I don't give a shit. I really don't care. Lacey Evans, like I've said before, is the female Baron Corbin. Not very good at promos. Not that damn good in the ring. She's very stiff and awkward in the ring. She can pull off a moonsault. Congratulations. I can probably do it too. I don't know, dude. I don't care. I just don't care. And the funny thing is, they tried to do the reverse of what they did last week, where Natalya was just running circles around Lacey, and then she finally gets the end win. Well, they tried to have Lacey Evans run circles around Natalya, which was laughable, but at least they finally gave Natalya the win at the end. After that, you get the Firefly Funhouse. I don't know, man. This one, I don't know how it hit me. I don't know that it did hit me, to be very honest. He was talking about the Fiend, doesn't forget. I don't even know what he's talking about there. So yeah, it was there for me. And then you get the end match, which is the Viking Raiders, Cedric Alexander, Rollins, and Strowman versus the OC, that'd be Gallows, Anderson, Styles, with Rude and Ziggler. And kind of a decent match. It lasted a little over 20 minutes. I don't know. I was expecting something. I was expecting something to kind of throw a wrench in the gears with this match. A lot of people were chanting Yowie Wowie, maybe expecting Bray Wyatt. But nothing really happened. At the end of the day, I mean, Cedric Alexander pins AJ Styles, which is kind of big. They're definitely pushing Alexander. He's damn sure worthy, I think. Then you hear the glass shatter. Stone Cold comes down. They're all drinking beer, and that's where they cut. And so for the go home show to Clash of Champions, I really felt like it was lackluster. I really did. You had a couple of good matches and a good opening, and honestly, to be fair, there was not a lot in the 3 hours. Um, they had some pretty long segments. So, I gotta tell you, man, I wasn't that impressed. I really wasn't. For the go home show and all this big build up about Vince McMahon wanting something special for this show, I don't feel like they delivered. I just don't. I'll give it a halfway. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because there were things that I liked about it and there were things that I absolutely hated about it. Good opening, couple of good matches. Other than that, dude, I just didn't care. Baron Corbin, the whole fucking King of the Ring thing went downhill in this match. Lacey Evans didn't care about. Street Profits were there. Firefly Funhouse was there. Honestly, the whole last match was there. It was entertaining, but not enough to make me be like, oh my god. And honestly, Stone Cold coming down to have a beer bath with everybody at the end just did not do enough for me. So, I don't know, dude. 5 out of 10. That's how I feel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackwoods, Cage Nation. Out.